what exactly we are discussing again with this problem. So when we're looking at this problem, they're asking us to do sine of 2u, cosine of 2u, and tangent of 2u. And I'm going to do all of them for you. Yeah, I know a lot of times we broke them up and on the test I only asked for one. But we're going to go over all of them just to make sure we understand the formulas, and they will be provided to you. But the main important thing is we know if you guys look at those formulas, they're asking us for what's sine of u, what is cosine of u, and what is tangent of u. We are only given cosine of u. So that means we need to figure out what is the sine and what is the tangent. And they have a constraint of u, which means it has to be between pi halves and pi. So immediately what I'm going to do is determine where is that constraint. So if that is 0, that's pi halves, that's pi, and that's 3 pi over 2. All right? So therefore, I know that my constraint constricts me to the second quadrant. Right? It has to be between pi halves and pi. So now the next thing I look at is I determine, all right, if I want to find u, which is the angle, then I need to have my point on the unit circle. Well, negative 2/3 is not a point on the unit circle that where anyone is aware of, is it? No. So if it's not on the unit circle, then we have to construct a what? A triangle, right? So I do negative 2 and positive, negative 2 and 3. Given that information, can we figure out what the height is or the x coordinate? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Or the opposite side, whatever. So you do negative 2 plus, I'll use y. Y squared plus, equals 3 squared. So I have 4 plus y squared equals 9. Subtract 4. Subtract 4, y squared equals 5. Take the square root, y equals 5. Since, remember, it's always when you introduce the square root, it's always plus or minus. But since our constraint is leaving us only in the second quadrant, we understand that y has to be positive. It does equal the square root of 5. I just got lazy because I was looking through this. So y equals the square root of 5. So therefore, cosine of u is negative 3/2, or negative 2/3. The sine of u is opposite over hypotenuse. So that's going to be square root of 5 over 3. And the tangent of u is going to be opposite over adjacent. So does everybody see how I figured those out? Everybody should have been able to do that. That's the basic stuff. Then all we have to do is I provide you the formulas. You're always going to have these formulas provided. And now you just plug them in, and then you have to do the algebra and the math. So let's do sine of u, or sine of 2u, I'm sorry, because we're asking for the double angle formula. That's 2 sine of u times cosine of u. So to solve this problem, all we're going to do is plug in the value for sine of u and for cosine of u. So that equals 2 times sine of u is square root of 5 over 3 times cosine of u, which is negative 2 over 3. Well, since this is a whole number, we can rewrite this as a fraction and then just multiply your numerators and multiply your denominators. So therefore, my final answer is a negative 4 times square root of 5 over 9. Done. Yes? OK. Now let's go ahead and go to cosine of u. Now, cosine of 2u has a couple of different formulas. I just selected this one. There's 3 different ways we looked at it, but I'll just use this one because it seems the easiest for me to work in. So all I'm doing for cosine of 2u is going to do cosine squared of u minus sine squared of u. So therefore, I'm just going to square the sines and the cosines and then combine them. So this is negative 2 over 3 squared minus square root of 5 over 3. Squared. Well, negative 2/3 squared is going to be a positive 4/9. And square root of 5 over 3 squared is going to be 10 over 9. So it's going to be a negative 5. Ah, God, I did that last time too. I don't know why I keep on doing that. It's 5, so it becomes a negative 1/9. OK, Chris? Does that make sense? Good. Now the last one is a tangent, which a lot of students get mixed up on. Yes? OK. So now tangent of 2u, using our formula, equals 2 tangent of u divided by 1 minus tangent of u squared. So again, guys, all we're doing is we're just plugging in what the values of tangent. We figure out tangent is negative square root of 5 over 2. So just plug it in. 2 times negative square root of 5 over 2 divided by 1 minus negative square root of 5 over 2 squared. So when we do this, when we multiply this across, my 2's divide to 1. So I'm just left with a negative 5 in my numerator. And then, Kobe, what happens in my denominator? That's what I thought. So it's negative square root of 5 divided by 1 minus. I square this, so that's negative now becomes positive. So that's going to be a 5/4. Okay? So 1/4, or 1 minus 5/4 is going to become a negative 1/4. Does everybody see that? You can also rewrite the 4 as 4 over 4. Subtract them, so therefore it's a negative 1/4. So therefore I have negative square root of 5 over a negative 1/4. Hopefully you guys see that the negatives now divide to make it positive. Then I just multiply by my reciprocal. What's nice about multiplying by the reciprocal is that makes my denominator now to 1. And then I just multiply here, and my final answer is 4 square root of 5. Anybody have any questions on that? JD. No secret messages. Anybody have any questions? Because you do have to remember that stuff. You will be asked